Good morning. You're listening to Slices of Wenatchee. We're excited to bring you a closer look at one of our top stories and other important happenings every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today, volunteers step in to protect Washington's iconic enchantments as Forest Service staffing drops to a crisis low. Before we continue, have you joined Neighbor yet? If not, download the app today and join local conversations about issues that matter. Neighbor is a site just for our local community focused on facts, not misinformation. Best of all, it's free for everyone. To learn more, visit wenatcheeworld.com/NABUR. Now, let's jump in. The Enchantments are known for their lakes, granite peaks, and alpine meadows. But behind the scenes, one of Washington's most treasured wilderness areas is facing a mounting crisis. A drastic drop in Forest Service staffing has left basic management tasks, from cleaning toilets to enforcing fire bans, largely undone. In response, local volunteers are stepping forward in force to help protect the land they love. The U.S. Forest Service's Wenatchee Ranger District has seen its staffing fall from 11 full-time employees down to just 1. That shortfall has left critical services in disrepair, especially at popular entry points like Kolchak Lake and Snow Lake's trailhead. Overflowing restrooms, downed trees, eroded trails, and unattended trash have all become more common. And with tens of thousands of hikers visiting the enchantments every season, many of them inspired by Instagram photos more than by trail maps, the pressure on the landscape has never been higher. That's where Wenatchee Outdoors comes in. The nonprofit, which normally focuses on connecting people to the outdoors through information and advocacy, has stepped into a more hands-on role. Since spring, their volunteers have logged more than 50 hours of trail maintenance, packed out nearly 60 pounds of garbage, and held hundreds of conversations with hikers about leave-no-trace ethics. Simple actions like carrying out trash, avoiding fire, and respecting wildlife. Matt Porter is one of those volunteers. On weekends, he hikes in with gloves, trash bags, and tools to clear debris, pick up waste, and repair signs. He says it's not glamorous work, cleaning outhouses and dispersing illegal fire rings, but it's deeply satisfying. More importantly, it's necessary. With rangers stretched so thin, someone has to step in. He's encountered hikers who are woefully underprepared for the enchantment's grueling terrain, people with little water, no first aid gear, and even dogs chasing mountain goats, despite clear rules prohibiting pets in the area. Porter notes that while the scenery may look like a postcard, the physical reality of an 18-mile through hike is tough. He said, "A lot of folks see the photos and think it's an easy day out, but this is rugged backcountry. If you're not ready, you can get into trouble fast." To help monitor trail conditions, volunteers with the Leavenworth Chamber of Commerce have also joined the effort. At trailheads like Snow Lake, college student Jack Wagman spends his weekends surveying hikers, warning them about the steep and exposed terrain, and gathering feedback for the Forest Service. He's seen how social media hype has outpaced infrastructure, with cars jamming up narrow roads and emergency vehicles struggling to get through. This year alone, Chelan County Emergency Management has responded to more than 40 rescues in the enchantments. Hikers from out of town are feeling the strain too. Becca Schmidt and Abby Davis, visiting from Portland, described bathrooms filled to the brim, one even crawling with maggots, and struggled to find their way up Asgard Pass due to poorly marked trails. Despite the breathtaking views, they left with a sense that the area is being loved to death. One said, "Forestry workers need a lot more money, otherwise places like this aren't going to stay as pretty." According to Wenatchee Outdoors Executive Director Sarah Schaefer, the idea behind the Volunteer Stewardship Program has been years in the making. She said, "Overuse has been a problem for a long time, and there just wasn't much action happening to address it. We finally realized it was time to get boots on the ground." More than 40 volunteers have signed on so far, with another 60+ on the waitlist. Some carry out direct service like trail cleanup, while others are trained in backcountry etiquette and how to manage difficult conversations with hikers breaking the rules. They're doing what they can, but Schaefer still emphasizes that this is not a permanent fix. She said, "We're just filling the gap until that's possible again." For more, head over to wenatcheeworld.com. Are you passionate about the issues shaping North Central Washington? Then you won't want to miss the Wenatchee World Forum at Pybus. This monthly event brings together newsmakers and the community to dive into the topics that matter most. It's your chance to engage, ask questions, and be part of the conversation shaping our region's future. Have questions or need more info? Visit wenatcheeworld.com/forum. few other stories you should know about. A Wenatchee restaurateur is facing multiple charges after allegedly assaulting a vulnerable adult and violating no-contact orders. Joseph Knox, the former owner of Donor House, is accused of burning his fiancée with a lit cigarette and repeatedly contacting her in defiance of court orders. The 23-year-old woman, who has autism and other medical conditions, is under the legal guardianship of her parents. Knox, who recently sold his restaurant, was arrested last week on suspicion of residential burglary and for violating his release conditions more than 10 times. He's also accused of recording a phone call with the prosecutor's office without consent, a potential felony under Washington's two-party consent law. The Shalane Douglas Community Action Council has secured nearly $500,000 in AmeriCorps funding, even after major state cuts earlier this year. The $500,000 grant will support up to 20 AmeriCorps members across 5 counties, helping local organizations fill vital roles in housing, food distribution, and literacy. CDCIC Executive Director Alan Walker says that while the program has been scaled back, the return of some positions, including a new housing role, is a welcome relief. Recruitment is already underway for the new service year. Wenatchee Valley College could lose a critical source of federal funding after the U.S. Department of Education announced it would end grant programs for minority-serving institutions. The college, which serves a student body that is over 40% Hispanic or Latino, has benefited from a 5-year, $2.75 million Title V grant used to support first-generation and low-income students. The change follows a decision not to defend the programs in ongoing lawsuits, prompting criticism from lawmakers like Senator Patty Murray, who called it a politically motivated attack on educational equity. Finally, the Washington State Patrol has agreed to pay $42,500 to a Seattle woman wrongfully arrested for DUI in Shalane. Kristen Quinlan was pulled over during a holiday enforcement patrol in May 2024 and later tested well below the legal blood alcohol limit. A judge quickly dismissed the case, citing a lack of probable cause. Despite that, the arresting trooper, Travis Cunningham, received a top agency award and a pay raise just months later. Washington State Police acknowledged that their internal review never happened and admitted their service standards fell short in this case. Thanks for listening. For more information on all the stories you heard today, visit us at WenatcheeWorld.com. The Wenatchee World has been engaging, informing, and inspiring North Central Washington communities since 1905. We encourage you to subscribe today to keep your heart and mind connected to what matters most in North Central Washington. Thanks for starting your morning with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Slices of Wenatchee wherever you listen to podcasts.